Despite everything that was done, the government spent 100 million to purchase forms in the Labour Party, spent over 200 million in the primaries. 105 votes, 9 aspirants. I got 79 in that election to show that the people are truly tired of what is happening in the state. I decided to pick Commodore Benjamin Natus, not by myself, but by the standards that I set out for the stakeholders and the leaders of the party. Was that, look, I needed somebody who has experience in government, preferably a woman who must have retired from civil service. If I don't get a woman, then I should have a military officer, somebody, my senior, who has experience, who can support us where we are going astray. You know, I'm a young person, I still have a lot of energies. You need an experienced person to see beyond and then guide you to succeed. And so based on that, we went out to look for. But you see, in Bayelsa, our politics is about salt water and fresh water. Those in the salt water are those in the Eastern Senatorial District. So if they produce governor, the fresh water, the other part of Bayelsa will always produce the deputy. But over in the last administration, they changed it to fresh water. And that was why the PDP lost that election. And that is the same reason they will lose the election again. So I have gone to the traditional ticket of the fresh water and salt water. And by the grace of God, I have a cerebral military officer who is going to deputize and help us drive the agenda that we're bringing to the table. We talked about our agenda, the PEEP agenda. The agenda is people, education, agriculture, and power. These are the critical areas that we think that our state lacks. And if we are able to deal with them, quickly we will resolve the crisis in the state. If we revive the morale of our people, under people, revive their morale, their health care. There are no proper health facilities in Bayelsa. There are fake drugs everywhere. We used to have the Bayelsa Drug Distribution Company. The essence of that company was to be able to monitor the kind of drugs that are dispensed in the state. Unfortunately, it is moribund since this administration took leadership. So we are going to be looking at healthcare. We are going to be looking at water and sanitation. There's no proper drinking water in Bayelsa. We have a water board that Abokis supply water to. We are going to take the town in phases. We will process water directly from the river because there's a lot of iron content in the underground water. But we have a lot of water around. We can process that water, reticulate it into houses, and then we begin to outlaw borehole in phases. If we do that through the water board, we will be creating jobs for young people because what we need to do, the PEEP agenda, is about jobs. We talk about security. Look, yes, this government, you don't see rascality on the part of political leaders by the Eradiri led administration. He has reduced all those kind of state-sponsored security-related activities. But you see, security itself attracts development. So they are not doing a lot of things right because of the incompetence in leadership. While the advantages of security they would have been able to use to change the society, young Bayelsans are selling land and relocating to other states. If I mention the number of businessmen who are targeted and kidnapped, they pay their ransom, nobody does anything, and so they have all left to the option of relocating from Bayelsa. Lozi supermarkets have relocated. Obino, these are some of people who ordinarily they were in this state before the state was created. They have all relocated. They live outside and then use phones to control their business. People who were supplying cement, innocent, bought a facility in Bayelsa. He has halted that investment. So every day people are leaving the town because of the hardship as a result of the incompetence of leadership. If you come to Bayelsa, we are going into the flood. As we speak now, everywhere is getting flooded, even with the rains. But the other days they were saying that flood is a natural disaster. How can you say that? Our former governor, the former governor of Rivers State, late Medford Okilo in blessed memory, diked Yenegua and then created canals, channeled these canals to Otokpoti where they put a pump. By the time the water in the town gets to a certain level, the pump triggers and begins to pump out. What we will do is that we are going to dike the town, because the town now is overpopulated. Some of those dikes have been distorted by the non-availability of a proper town planning unit in the town. We are going to ensure that we have town planning units. We will create more dikes and more canals so we can control the water in the town. The E is education. There are no teachers. There are no teachers in our primary schools in Bayelsa. The last time I was on your studio, yes, I know. So, yeah, I'm going. Okay, yes, that's why I said education. There are no teachers in primary schools. I was on your studio where I talked about it. The governor was in this studio, and 2 days after, he orders the employment of 2,000 teachers. As you speak, those teachers have not been employed. We are going to employ teachers, pay their arrears, their promotions. We are going to upgrade the facilities in our schools. The university does not have a proper living environment. We are going to build the NDU University Village, where there will be accommodation for lecturers, professors, and students. Agriculture. With agriculture, we are going to revive the economy of Bayelsa. If we build a food processing and storage facility in our cargo airport, we will begin to export excess plantain, bananas, crayfish, fish. You go to Peckham Market in London, you see how much this crayfish and fish cost. If we build a food processing facility, we can add value to it. Lagos State went to Kebbi and started Lake Rice. Today, look at what they are doing in Lagos. The largest rice mill have been built. They have started a 30 billion naira rice project. Bayelsa have had, over the years, Peremabri Rice Farm and Sampo Rice Farms. Sampo people and Peremabri people are not rice growers. The original rice growers in Bayelsa are Otokpoti people. So we are going to invest in the Otokpoti rice and make it an international food. For power, we are going to provide power in the state where 24 hours there will be power. And then we are going to invest in gas.